They licensed MS-DOS from a company called Seattle Computer Products.
And that was like a genius move, right?
It was a brilliant strategic decision. Because they retained the copyright, they could license MS-DOS to other manufacturers, which led to this explosion of IBM-compatible PCs all running Microsoft software.
So that one decision basically shaped the entire PC industry as we know it.
Exactly. It's a perfect example of how one seemingly small choice can have massive ripple effects.
Yeah, it's incredible how these early decisions kind of set the stage for everything that came after.
Right, and that kind of strategic thinking, that ability to anticipate the future, it's a big part of why Bill Gates became so successful.
Okay, so let's fast forward a bit to Windows. The Wikipedia article gets a little technical here, but what should we really take away from this phase?
Well, the key takeaway, I think, is adaptability. The world of technology moves fast, and you've got to be able to pivot and adapt to stay ahead of the curve.
Right, constantly evolving.
Exactly, and Gates was always pushing Microsoft to evolve. They developed the graphical user interface of Windows to compete with Apple. Then they embraced the internet. It was all about staying relevant and staying ahead of the competition.
Yeah, that's a lesson for anyone, really, in any field. You've got to be willing to change and adapt to stay on top.
Absolutely, complacency can be deadly, especially in the tech world.
Okay, so speaking of evolution, let's talk about Gates's management style. The Wikipedia article uses some pretty interesting words to describe it. Demanding, even a bit tyrannical.
Yeah, there are definitely some colorful stories about his management style. He was known for being very demanding and having a pretty short fuse sometimes.
I mean, you hear these stories about him like yelling at employees and throwing things.
Right, there was definitely a level of intensity there that some people found difficult to work with. But it's interesting to think about, was that intensity what pushed Microsoft to be so innovative?
Yeah, is it like that whole idea that sometimes you need that kind of tough love to achieve greatness?
Right. Or was it just plain toxic behavior? That's something we can ponder. There's no easy answer.
Definitely a complex issue. But then you look at his life after Microsoft, and it's like a complete 180. It's incredible how many different things he's involved in.
Yeah, it's really fascinating, this shift from building a tech empire to tackling these global challenges.
Yeah.
It seems like his motivations have fundamentally changed.
Totally. And this brings us to his work on climate change and energy. He's poured billions of his own dollars into research and innovation, trying to find solutions to some of the biggest problems facing humanity.
Yeah, he's really gone all in on this idea that technology can solve climate change.
Right. He's investing in things like nuclear fusion and even developing synthetic breast milk.
Yeah, that one raised a few eyebrows, but it actually highlights something important about his approach.
Yeah.
This belief that we can innovate our way out of any problem.
So he's putting his money where his mouth is, but is it the right approach? Can technology really solve a problem as complex as climate change?